anime, hand-drawn and computer animation originating from Japan. Tunji Talks presents Anime Talk. Welcome back. I am here with Elizabeth.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. Before we get started, I just wanted to ask, have you watched any of the Small Axe series so far?
Small act.
The Steve McQueen stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
it's kind of like, yeah.
you know what? No. I haven't seen that. It's bad. No, it's actually quite bad because everyone's telling me that I should. But I haven't, not as of yet. I'm hearing a lot about the last one, Lovers Rock.
Yeah.
People even want a spin-off. So I'm looking forward to watching them. I have a thing of like watching things that nearer to the end of where they're. So it's like five films, isn't it? Yeah.
Five or six, I think probably five, yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably start watching them because I probably watch them all in one kind of go. So I'll watch them like nearer to like the fifth or fourth week um of them. But yeah, I'm looking forward to them. I feel like it'll be a good like day of just Black British history. Just watch it all. And yeah.
Let's move on to what we're here to talk about today, anime. So we are both anime fans. Do you remember like how you got into watching anime?
Um, I mean, my first experience of anime is probably Pokemon.
Mm.
Like that's probably the nearest I got to anime. That and then Beyblade kind of took over for
Oh
me.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Obsessed with that. I was obsessed with Beyblade. But
Did you have any
Pokemon.
Beyblades?
No, I didn't. But I was obsessed with like the show. And yeah, so it was Pokemon and then Beyblade. Really was my first experience of anime as a young kid.
Were you ever interested in Yu-Gi-Oh at all?
That came later. Yeah, I think it was just because of it looked a lot more complex to me as a kid. It looked like I don't know why, but I just didn't get the card system and then the kind of tier and the what they could do and stuff. I couldn't it couldn't compute in my head as a small child. Whereas like Pokemon was like it was a ball and there was an animal in there. And then Beyblade was just I don't know, it just looked like a toy that like things came out of that little toy and could do things. Whereas like Yu-Gi-Oh was like it just looked a little bit more complex to me. So I came a bit later, but yeah, I did watch it. What about you? Did you watch any of those three?
I watched I watched like bits and pieces of Pokemon. I was into Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I really liked Yu-Gi-Oh! And Beyblade, I liked Beyblade as well. But I think at the time I didn't realize they were anime. Like, I just thought like they were American
Mm.
cartoons. And it's only like I think doing like watching anime over the last few years, I've realized, oh, these were actually like anime cartoons. I guess like anime has been like a part of my life since childhood, like you mentioned as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I probably didn't compute it as a Japanese thing. Like I didn't see it as a foreign animation. I saw it as just animation that was either from the West or it just came on my screen and um so yeah, who knows? I don't know. I don't think I saw it as anime. I just saw it as something that was animation and just appealed to me.
What about anime interests you? What brings you back?
Do you know what? I feel like there's something about anime that grabs me as much as like good video games grab me. Like it just allows me to be a kid again. I don't have to think that I'm a 20 something year old young adult like I should be doing other things. Whereas like anime makes me feel like there's just something about the animation and the way that they do the camera angles and the storytelling. It just allows you to feel something for the characters every time, no matter how frivolous and how like extravagant the characters are. You believe them. You believe that what they're doing is true to themselves and whatever. And yeah, I think that's why anime keeps its kind of the audiences for anime, the age range is mad. Like it could be from 6-year old up until a 50-year old person could watch anime and still be interested. But I think it ultimately comes down to like good storytelling because yeah, like Spirited Away and those kind of staple feature films that are kind of the backbone of anime, yeah, they came like years before I was even born, or we were even born. Like, so there's been like a growing audience for them from day. Yeah, and it's only getting better, I feel.
It's interesting how you say like there's a growing audience, but overall, anime is still kind of like it's still a niche.
Yeah, yeah. I guess you could say that. I feel like it's one of those things that it's still. I think it is popular. Just people just don't tend to know that they're watching anime.
Okay,
Or,
yeah.
yeah, I think it is popular. I think it's the same. Okay, so I don't listen to, for instance, I don't listen to K-pop, but I know it's very popular. Like they
Oh,
have a lot of stans. And, like, um, so I see that as a kind of mirror to anime in the music world, and like people do listen to K-pop. There's a lot of people that listen to K-pop across the world. So I kind of see it in the same way as anime. Like people watch anime, they might not realize they're listening to anime, they're watching anime, but there is. I think there is a growing audience for it. Or at least, yeah, no, I think there is a growing audience for it. I'm gonna say that.
okay. What is your opinion on kind of like the live remakes of like anime movies? Do you think they work?
No. No, I'm no. It's just they either go so wrong, like so wrong. For instance, I mean, we all are aware of like I know this might not be exactly anime, just because Avatar: The Last Airbender was like the American kind of anime, but the feature film was not great, and that's kind of everyone agrees that it wasn't great. And what another one? What's her name? Starred in it, Scarlett Jo.
Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, which was another huge anime series that got let down. I mean, there's plenty. I was gonna say one that just came to my head. It's gone now. But they can't do it. They can't mimic the camera angles, the kind of the animations, kind of extravagant, kind of over the top nature. They can't, like, real humans can't do it as well. Now that isn't to say that it can't be done, because I've seen on Twitter, I've seen like people try and do that, the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Between two actors, two humans are just doing the fight scenes, but the way that the camera follows the movements, it can be done. I just don't think Hollywood is capable of doing it without learning, without, like, just letting it flop. So I feel like it can be done if it's in the right hands, maybe in the future. But right now, in the past, it hasn't gone down well at all. Yeah, and I haven't watched. I'm talking about the American kind of Hollywood tries at it. Not like, I haven't seen the Japanese live action before. Like Attack on Titan, I know has done live action for those, but I haven't seen those.
Have you seen the trailer for that though?
As in the live action?
Yeah, for the live Attack on Titan trailer.
Yeah, I've seen. I think I've seen. It was a while ago. I have seen it, but I couldn't really gauge what it could be, a 100-minute film. I don't know. Why? What do you think?
I'm not, like, when you mention like a Ghost in the Shell, or even if you take in account the Death Note one, those didn't work, but I think they should have, because when you compare them to like Naruto or Dragon Ball, though Naruto and Dragon Ball, they're really out there, kind of like full of fantasy, kind of like animes, whereas Ghost in the Shell and Death Note, those are kind of more grounded and in the real world. I would have thought like those two would have worked really well, but they didn't. And I think maybe Hollywood tried to go too big with it. They tried to go too far when really that should have been an open goal, in my opinion, because those animes are no different than like an action movie. So I don't get how they messed up.
I agree. I think Death Note. I did watch Death Note. You talking about the series, right? That came out on Netflix.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it was a movie that came out.
A movie?
Yeah, it was a movie. Was
Oh.
it? I'm sure it was a movie. The Netflix live action one.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, it it didn't have a profound effect on me, so I can't even remember if it did. But yeah, no, it was a good attempt at it. Like I can see what you mean, as in that they are kind of based in the real world. So it could be done as a film, live action. But yeah, yet again, producers, execs can't, I don't know, just can't be able to translate it the right kind of way. They either get the casting really wrong, or yeah, they just don't, I don't feel like there's a respect to it the same way that we see the comics respected in Marvel and DC world. There's no real respect to the manga translated into features for anime or whatever. Yeah, I mean, that's not to say that it isn't there. It's just not in the same kind of way, I feel.
If you were talking to a group of anime novices, what three animes would you recommend for someone to get into watching anime?
Oh, oh. Um, I mean, I don't know who's gonna watch this. Like, and gonna look at me funny because I'm not gonna say like the staples. But obviously, okay, no, okay. So number one would probably be Death Note.
Yeah.
That, and you're gonna get like a good kind of glimpse into anime and what it can do. It's not scary because some people see like the images and think it's gonna be scary, but it's not scary. It's just there's just this one character, but it's not scary. It's just like it's just a good way into kind of how anime allows for characters to get really complex and storylines to kind of meld together, and yeah. So I'd say Death Note for sure. I'd then say Attack on Titan. I'd say that for sure, for sure. If we're talking about series anyway, I mean feature films, you probably don't have to do.
You can recommend movies if you.
Oh, okay. Well, pretty much all of Studio was it Ghibli? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but pretty much all of their films. It's good. Yeah, I don't say like I'm missing anything. So I haven't said like the staples like Naruto or One Piece or One Punch Man. I haven't said any of those because I don't watch them. Yeah, I've never watched them. I don't plan on watching them.
Not even Punch Man.
No,
What?
no, I don't know. Like it's just. I think it's because my time for them has gone. Like if I was gonna watch them, it would have been 10 odd years ago. Like especially because I'm hearing One Piece is still going on.
Oh
like
yeah.
let it go.
No,
Let it go.
it's still good.
It's time for it to end. Let it go. Like there has to be an ending. It's too much now. Yeah, I think because my version of watching all of those, I watched Fairy Tale, and that gripped me from a couple like years back when I was like in year 7, year 8. So that was my kind of level of Naruto and One Piece and all that because it went on for so long, but it ended. That's what I liked about it. It had an ending. I mean, that isn't to say don't watch them. Of course, watch them. Like if you're interested and want to watch them, then go ahead. I all for it. The great thing about anime is that you have a plethora of things to watch. Whatever's your fancy. But my top three would probably be Death Note for sure, Attack on Titan, and all of Studio Ghibli. What three would you recommend?
Definitely Death Note because I love the question that the show asks the audience. Like, if you had the power of life and death, what would you do? And I think the show proves that the pen is mightier than the sword.
That's quite a statement. Okay.
My Hero Academia, just because like I feel like everyone can relate to that about like where do you belong in high school, and we're all going through like we're all changing during like high school where we're finding out who we are, and balancing that with like being a superhero as well.
You know, I do like how My Hero Academia, I see it. I've never even watched it, but as in I've never even watched this series I'm about to mention. But My Hero Academia reminds me of somehow of that series. Have you seen like The Boys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Someone's told me it's kind of how what would it be like if superheroes are in the real world. But the way that My Hero Academia allows for that is like the superheroes have like rules they have to abide by in the real world. They can't cause that much damage to like buildings, and like they have like the way the students work, that they have to be very disciplined in how they use their superhero powers or whatever to help people. Yeah, My Hero Academia, I would recommend that too, because it's a very good series. It's very heartwarming.
And to finish off, One Piece.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I got up to like episode 200 and then I stopped. It's like, yeah, I'm done. I think I've got the gist.
Are you a dubbed person or are you a subbed person?
Dubbed. Yeah, I'm a dubbed. Sorry. I think it's just because of my attention span. I have watched subbed before, but it was on a very, very kind of once basis. It was for the Adventures of Sinbad, I think, the Netflix show. It only came in subbed, so I had to watch it in subbed. And I only watched it because there was another series in the timeline of that anime aligned with. So that series was before the Adventures of Sinbad, and that series was dubbed. Yeah. So I watched that and I saw Sinbad, the character in that. And I was like interested in his story, so I watched the anime, and I only got with it because it was that character and it was subbed, and I had to watch it like that. I had no choice. But yeah, I'm always a dubbed person. That might seem unpopular. I'm pretty sure it is. Quite unpopular for the native heads. But I don't know. It's just the way I flow, really. I think it's because I'm not familiar with the Japanese kind of ways of expression. Do you know what I mean? So like, there's a way that the American voices can emphasize like strength or whatever, or pain or whatever. But I'm not familiar with the way my ear doesn't like register to the Japanese way of hearing that. Do you know what I mean? Or saying that. So I think that's one thing why I could probably never switch all the time. But yeah. What about you?
Kind of like I'm both. I watched dubbed and subbed, and that point you just made about the different forms of expression from the different cultures. That's kind of true, because for me, I was watching like One Piece dubbed, then like the episode stopped. The dubbed episode stopped for quite a while, so then I started watching the subbed episodes. Then like it was a bit of a shock, and I had to kind of like adjust to the different like forms, the way the characters were expressing themselves. Then like I think it took me like a few episodes, and I was like, okay, I've got it now. What's your favorite anime?
Oh my god, I don't know. I mean, nothing's gripped me as much right now than Attack on Titan, just because it's just one of the best. Like, it's just so good. But you know, there's some that have gripped me as well, like Hunter x Hunter. That was great. It didn't end as well as it should have for me. Like, I feel like the ending was the last kind of arc was really long for no reason.
I've heard that coming back though, that it's not finished.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's hopeful. Okay. I hope it does, and it kind of adds more to the story. Hunter x Hunter is great, and I liked my what's the name? Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked that, the Brotherhood one. I know there's a few
a
few other types of it. But yeah, I watched that. That was great for me. I don't know. It's too hard to say. Like a one that I would watch non-stop all the time. Yeah, no, I can't say. It's just that, I mean, you know what? My excuse is there's just too many that do it all the time. And depending on your mood, like anime allows for that. Like, you can go real cheesy with it and real like lovey-dovey stuff. Or you could go like real dark, like Tokyo Ghoul or something, or Parasite or something like that. Really dark and really like pessimistic. Which is why anime is so great, because the spectrum of it just allows for any type of viewer. But yeah, I mean, what would you choose? I mean, I can't choose one.
For me, my favorite anime is One Piece. Yeah, each arc just gets better and better, and the story just goes deeper and deeper.
What do you think?
Honestly, I would encourage you to go back to One Piece. It just blows your mind. Like, there's a huge war, that comes later. Then you find out more about like Luffy's dad and Luffy's family and Luffy's powers and his crew, and it's just so good.
Do you have a favorite style? Do you know how they have like different anime styles? Do you get what I mean?
I don't have a favorite style, but I'm not a huge fan of like 3D anime.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't, yeah.
I'm with you on that.
So I don't mind anything except like that 3D anime. I'm not a huge fan of kind of like 3D.
Yeah, there's something about it just cuts the illusion a bit. Yeah. Yeah, so like for me, my least favorite style is like and this isn't all, it's not always the case, but yeah, no, my least favorite style is the cowboy bebop style. It's
What's
like
that?
an oldish kind of I want to say it's similar to is it Boondocks? Yeah, like it's similar to the Boondocks kind of style ish. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. I can watch it, but I'm just not a huge fan of it.
We have the final season of Attack on Titan coming. Do you think there'll be a spin-off series?
With what though? No, who could take it? And I don't know who could take what storyline there is to take it further. Do you know what I mean? Unless they do like a in the past or something. Do you know what I mean? Like way in the past before the events of Attack on Titan. But then it would have to be really good. Like it had to, I don't know, it has to measure up to the Attack on Titan. I don't know what can. Like, do you know what I mean? Because the characters in there are so good, so well written, and storyline is, I don't know who thought of it, but it's just great. No, I'm looking forward to the final season. But a spin-off, they'll have to be careful with, because I know people want to see more of it.
Mm-hmm.
But like you have to be careful of what you ask for, because if it falls, like if it doesn't hit as hard, it could sour the legacy it's done so far. If the creators of it are still the same, then it could be worth it.
I honestly think there's going to be a spin-off.
You think?
I don't know in what, but if you think about like huge animes like Dragon Ball, there's like so many spin-offs of Dragon Ball. Then Naruto.
Caliber.
Yeah.
I don't see like Dragon Balls or Naruto in the same caliber of storytelling. Do you know what I mean? Like I just don't see them in the same way. Just because I feel like I don't know if I'm wrong in saying this, but I feel like Dragon Ball and Naruto and that their seasons have been so long. They have a lot of episodes, I feel like, in one season. Whereas like Attack on Titan has what was their seasons like? How many episodes was in a season? Probably like 23 or something, or 20. I don't think it was any more than that.
I was going to say less, like 15 or something.
Yeah. I mean, there's something about it that it feels they don't do a lot of episodes for one season in the same way that Dragon Ball and Naruto and the rest of them can do, which I think gives it grace for the for allowing it to be in a kind of higher caliber of kind of storytelling, because they don't like long out the situation. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm not against it. I just think, be careful what you ask for, really. Because if it doesn't hit, if it doesn't bang, if they can figure out a storyline that does it justice, then I don't see why not. Yeah. But I'm surprised to hear that, just because I don't know where it could go. Like it has to be in a whole nother timeline, like a whole nother generation of those people. This is for people who have probably watched it, but like the commencement of it, like where it started, it would have to be there, I think. Anyway.
I mean, like, okay, we're going into spoilers now, people. So if you don't want to know, then yeah. So, but okay. So in the last season, we just found out, like, essentially where our characters are. Like, they're in like this island and it's been an experiment the whole time. There's like a mainland. So I'm thinking maybe if there was a spin-off, it might focus on like the mainland, maybe, and how they. Or maybe in season 4 they might like resolve all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they don't rush it. Like, if you want to leave people wanting more, then do so and do the spin-off and allow for that. But like, yeah, I wouldn't be mad if they allowed for it to have like a resolved ending with that mainland situation. But who knows? They love to leave people with with like the way the last season ended. I was like, no, I want to know what's in there. Like, what? So yeah, we'll see. Have you started any like new series, like any of the new anime that's come out, like the past like year or so?
Yet, Fire Force. Have you
What's
seen
up?
it?
No.
Oh my. I'm telling you, like Fire Force is on. It's on like an amazing level. Like, I think for me, it's like just under Attack on Titan, great level.
Really?
It
How
really
have I heard this?
that
What?
good. I think it's that good.
Okay.
So and it goes into the realms of like, you know how Attack on Titan kind of deals with the issue of class and like the people who rule and kind
Yeah.
of like the realms like conspiracy and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Fire Force, it has this, and it even delves. It's more modern in that it kind of deals with like corporations as well, and it's
Okay.
like it's so spot on, and it feels like right now. Um, so basically, it's about this special section of firefighters who deal with, for some reason, in this world, like people just go on fire, they become combustible, and they're trying to find out why people become combustible and stuff. And this special section of the firefighters, it's their job to deal with these combustible people, and they're trying to find out like what's going on, and there's like a promised child who's meant to be the chosen one and stuff. So
Okay. Okay.
oh, it's so good.
Might look into that.
You should. I
Yeah.
highly recommend it.
Yeah. I mean, the ones I've been watching thus far are like Black Clover and
Mm.
Demon Slayer. Those are two that I've come onto, like new ones ish.
Is Demon Slayer good? I've heard of it, but I haven't checked it out.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. Yeah. Fantasy type one that's set in old Japan kind of thing. So they thought they wear like the older outfits um in this anime. So it's set like before modern era. I think it's good. I think it's I mean I don't know if you heard about the film that came out in Japan that kind of like it's like rivaling the top anime entry into how much it made in its first week because it's the feature film, the first feature film of Demon Slayer. Um, but it's done really well. Um, but yeah, no, I think it's good. I think it's a good one.
Elizabeth, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Where can people find you on social media?
Yes, social media. I'm on Twitter. I am at I raise you a peace. So that's peace with a PEACE. Peace. And on Instagram, I am at Elizabeth Peace underscore X0XXO.
And I'll leave that down in the description down below. Uh, Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.